And we are back on the pod. So welcome back, guys, and I hope you enjoyed last episode with Gali Gonzaga, your Gali Bear, and just a quick shout out to Naughty Bro for that quick episode and for lending that. Actually, it's a barber shop, like I mentioned, and then there's a secret door, like a speakeasy bar, resto bar, something like that. So anyway, today's episode will be fast. I'm a bit sick, yes. So quick episode lang. For today, I'll be yapping. No specific episode, and I just want to touch on the Lakers, yung sinabi ni LeBron sa media, because it's true. And yung mga napapalit sa TikTok, yung mga old school tactics of senators, and which I will discuss later. So before I start, this week also I was able to play basketball 3 times, and that's a win. I mentioned in my previous episodes that I will try at least, or my target was to do twice a week. This week, naka 3 basketball days tayo. No workout, pero let's see. Saan makasingit workout next week. Pero kailangan rest. Medyo tumatanda na. Hirap na ng everyday. We'll try to do maybe 3 basketball or and then 2 weights day. Depende. We'll see with the schedule and the time and how my body reacts. I feel better playing basketball. And masarap yung feeling. Last year, I can siguro walang 15 times ako naglaro ng basketball the whole year. Hindi yun exage, pero totoo yun. Never really played pick-up game last year, if ever, like less than 5. Tapos yung mga liga lang na sinalihan ko was AAA, yung parang ABL before, and yung liga sa Activate with Quicks, which was only 2 games. Tapos ABL, whatever it is called, siguro mga 5 games yun. So, super conti talaga. Anyway, NBA news first. The Lakers. I mentioned about I'm a LeBron fan, Laker fan. Ganda rin lalaro ng Laker. I was surprised they're doing this good. This early, though injuries are concerning. AR is down. Rui is down. Hopefully nothing serious. But yes, the defense is holding up. Luka may effort pero feel ko kulang pa rin, but I think that's why they have those players, Vando, DFS, even Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin, Jackson Hayes, those guys really providing the energy, and parang sinasalo nila when some of the guys lack off. Even parang LeBron now at this early stage plays defense. Usually, elimination round or not elimination, sorry, regular season, medyo relax. Parang ngayon, mas grabe siya dumipensa compared to the past few years, which is good. And a little concerning na, na baka, at age 40, it's crazy. I was talking to my brother about it. Grabe si LeBron. Actually, to anyone I see who knows basketball na hindi hater ni LeBron, this is crazy at age 40, at year 22, to put up numbers almost the same as his MVP year when he was like 27 ba? 22 years old. It's crazy, it's crazy. I don't know how to explain yung niloko. Siguro naka-PEDs, naka-ano. Pero also, remember he was, it was mentioned before, but wasn't really disclosed by LeBron's camp or LeBron that he was spending $1 million a year for his body with PT, trainers, all those things. So that's why maybe ganito pa rin siya at age 40. I remember I was talking with Chris Ross before na siguro ito sa like mga 2017 siguro. Parang sabi namin siguro at age 38, he will be like Karl Malone na lang na set screen, tira, post up. Will still average maybe 20 or will still score, will be able to help. Pero now at age 40, parang he can play still at this level at age 45. Parang grabe. Grabe yung ginagawa ni LeBron at this stage. The Luka Doncic thing, good thing he was able to play back to back. Two wins for the Lakers, Clippers yung second game. By the way, grabe yung team ng Clippers, super stacked. Hindi pa nagdala si Norman Powell yesterday, pero grabe. They still have Bogdan, they had Ben Simmons on the bench, Kawhi, James Harden, Norman Powell, Zubac. Ang dami. I think um Clippers every year is stacked. Pero parang the chemistry and the right fit siguro yung problema nila or malas lang talaga. Malas lang talaga. Anyway, with Luka, been struggling with the shooting buti last two games. Last game, he made two back-to-back threes. Field goals are not that good. Free throws also of Lakers not that good. Pero the defense has been holding up. There's effort kay Luka but also you see players adjusting to Luka. There are times na parang pinapadaan tapos sasaluhin niya na lang yung nasa 3-point line tapos kukunin nung tao ni whoever yung tao ni Luka who's driving. So I don't know if it's a scheme, if it's really like that. Um, it's been working so far. LeBron not having the ball much. Luka running the show. Tapos LeBron finishing on fast breaks. My cousin would be happy. You see that Lakers in five. If you know that parang Joker saying Lakers in five. So that's about it sa Lakers segment. And then the NBA as a whole, I remember LeBron mentioned in the locker room, I think it was against Minnesota, Anthony Edwards was asked if he wants to be the face of the NBA, something like that. And parang sabi niya hindi, parang basta ganun yung line na it's about being the face of the NBA. LeBron said it's hard to be the face of the NBA if people shit on you when you do good things, something like that. Sorry, I have to rephrase. And right after that, Stephen A. Smith on first take, grabe. Guys, grabe. Parang he was mad na it was LeBron, it was like this and like that. And it proves that yung sinabi ni LeBron na if you're the face of the NBA talaga, whatever you do, parang you're in a microscope and people will find the story to or will make a story on what you say and what you do. LeBron that day, I think Steph had 56 points. It was Jokic, Giannis. Sobrang daming magagandang nangyari nung day na yon and they focused on that thing. They could have focused on other things pero they had to focus on that line on that snippet on what LeBron said. And he didn't specify about media naman sa interview niya. Pero ang dami na trigger. Exactly, if you're the face of the NBA, people will find ways. Especially these analysts, these people who have the shows will find content and will really make you um, sound like you're good and you're bad. And I think it really comes with it of being the face of the NBA. Pero yes, I think for the entirety of the league to grow and they should also focus on all aspects, all the players and ganun talaga like as media and yung mga nag-hate takes siguro they're doing this also because syempre if you talk about someone else who scored like maybe 30 or 40 points that day pero not even the starting five first time to score 30 points hindi masyado magpi-pick up, 'di ba? So baka gano'n naman yung atake ng iba. Pero that statement proved yung or that what happened after that statement proved the statement lang talaga na they people will have something to say, and if you're the face of the NBA, lahat talaga kahit small or big, talagang papalakihin, talagang lalagyan ng kulay. And that's how it is talaga. I think for everywhere, if you're the biggest star in your industry, biggest star in basketball, biggest star in whatever sport, parang under the microscope ka. Sometimes media goes overboard, talagang out of the line na sila, and to just get clicks, views. Pero you just have to find ways to really manage everything, I think. You have to do a better job. Ganda rin sinasabi ni I don't know who said, was it Richard Jefferson who said we should celebrate yung mga good things na nangyari all around the league, all around the star players. And yes, if there's something bad that happened, um, take accountability rin dapat whoever it is, if you're the biggest star. Media can show it, pero let's not, parang sinasabi niya, dwell on it so much. Sobrang dami na negativity that brings down the whole league as well. Um, so that's about it yung sa LeBron, LA, Luka, NBA, whatever. Um, Next is yesterday, I was scrolling sa TikTok and I saw this Bong Revilla TikTok page or yung ano, yung budot siya tut 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 tut, tas sumasayaw-sayaw, gumaganyan-ganyan, gumaganyan-ganyan. And feed ko was bigla about politics. Amy was there, Vico was there, Sara Discaya was there. So puro politika na, yun yung mga last ko nakita, so yun yung mga na-mention ko. Um, our politics, feel ko, hasn't changed talaga on since before. Like, yung mga sayaw-sayaw na yan. Di ko talaga siya type, yung mga sayaw-sayaw. Pero, I think, kung meron kang mapuproduce sa Senate or whatever office you do, okay lang siya. Pero most of the time, those who use those platforms or those tactics cannot really deliver for me sa Senate, or parang they're covering something. It's a smoke screen on something, whatever it is. Not all the time, don't get me wrong. Hindi lahat ganun. Um, Wala nang masama sumayaw, di ba? Walang masama kumanta. Pero I feel like we have to listen to the platform, listen to what's in front of us. Ano ba tong senador na to? Ano ba tong mayor na to? Ano ba tong konsehal na to? Ano ba nagawa niya? Ano bang tingin natin gagawin? Minsan kasi nangyari, we're picking for the lesser evil. I don't know if that makes sense. And I saw also a uh, not page, isang TikTok post about, hindi ko na mention kung sino, about I think congressman para sinasabi niya, pag di nyo ako binoto, wala kayong 10K in their local language. And blatant about, it's technically vote buying when you say that. Tapos sasabihin pa, um um di ko nga alam totoo or AI eh. Gusto ko rin pag-usapan yung AI some other time. Yung ibang AI parang totoo, parang sinabi niya, um sana wala nakikinig pala na 18 years old below. Feel ko wala naman. Parang wala naman. Parang chicharon ka ba? Kasi it's a rally to or sa para convention or big seminar or whatever. Chicharon ka ba? Kasi ang sarap mong, ang ingay mong kainin. Those were the exact words na nagulat ako. Na parang sinabi niya in front of all the people. Tapos iba natuwa pa. Diba? Parang, I think it's inappropriate when you go to a rally or to yung mga whatever you call that. Hindi ko alam kung si rally, convention, seminar, pero they're kids eh. So, anyway, let the people decide. Hindi naman national ata yung tinatakbo nung nito. Pero I'm gonna make an episode about the politics when it's near siguro. Mag-release tayo ng episode. Pero ayun yung mahirap talaga. Well, hindi mahirap, pero ayun yung napag-nilay-nilayan ko talaga to eh. Yung kahapon, I was during breakfast. After mga 30 minutes ako biglang nag-scroll. Parang puro ganun. Um, I think campaign is not about how good you are, but it's how good your um di ko makakuha exact words. So, parang sometimes campaign is not about the platform talaga eh. It's about how you can connect with the people, how you can relate with them, and how they can relate with you. Could be about yun, sayaw-sayaw nakaka-relate sila. Could be about the platform. Could be about um dahil ganun ka, galing ka, di ba? Galing ka sa mahirap, iba iboboto ka kaagad. Galing ka dito, iboboto ka agad. Parang politics has been kung sino yung pinakasikat in a good way or in a bad way, di ba? It could be both. Dahil dami mong ginawang maganda, martir ka, marami kang ginawa para sa bansa, boboto ka. Yung iba dahil sikat ka, may name recall, um, marami kang pinasaya, artista ka kasi, or journalist, or whatever, parating nakikita, boboto ka. Diba? So, politics is not, winning in the election is not about just platform talaga. You could have the biggest or the nicest platform. And remember, may plataforma ka, pwedeng pagdating ng na-elect ka, hindi mo gawin lahat. Wala namang sinabi, ibabalik sa'yo ng tao, pero hindi ka naman madi-disqualify, hindi ka matatanggal. Pwedeng ibigay mo yung 100 best, 100 na plataforma na sobrang ganda at makakatulong talaga sa either sa community mo, sa mga constituents mo, or sa buong bansa if you're running for national elections. Kahit gaano kaganda plataforma, pwede mo namang hindi sundin, di ba? So, minsan wala talaga sa plataforma. Sana ganun lang ang basehan. Pag nagsabi ka plataforma, matutuloy. Pero alam natin hindi ayun yung nangyayari. And talagang ang hirap ng parating ano lang. Um, Mag-base tayo sa kasikatan ng tao. 'Di ba? Parang elections is about ganun eh. Kung sino sikat ay niya mananalo. 'Di ba? Marami namang sikat na makakatulong, I'm sure. Sana makatulong talaga tayo lahat. Or sana makatulong talaga lahat ng mga mananalo this year. Kasi parang minsan nakakasawa yung paulit-ulit na may conflict, di ba? May mga ganun. So anyway, parang biglang deep dive, masyadong malalim pinag-usapan. Pero I feel like alam niyo yung pinag-uusapan ko sa ganitong aspeto. Um, Next few weeks before I end the pod, medyo busy tayo. I'm thinking if I should one last post and mag-break muna. Schedule ko would be in Isabela 14 to 16, Cagayan 21 to 23, Singapore 20 6 to 31, I think. Tapos Tacloban ng 4 to 6, parang ganon. And then after that, the week, parang meron lang one weekend, then Holy Week, then I'll be in Laguna ata for, mostly for work lahat na sinabi ko, walang bakasyon dun. San Juan ng time for a vacation. So I'm thinking if I should do that. Also, I wanna collab with some of my friends also. Hopefully with in common folk, makita yung coffee shop where kung saan ako tumatambay. And then also in Naughty Bro, they're open again to host the podcast. And yung pinag-isipan ko, should I break for a month or yung habang busy pero I really wanna do something even when I'm on the road. Parang NBA, on the road pero like medyo mabigat yung next few weeks. Uh, Going places and then iniisip ko nga kung should I stop videos kasi minsan may mga times na may mga balita, news na medyo mas maganda pag medyo na-update ko kaya parang ganito sa mga nangyayari. So, I'll keep you posted about it. Also, if you have more topics na tingin yung gusto nyo mapakinggan or pag-usapan, um, mga hopeless romantic kwento like last episode, let me know. And I hope you have a great week ahead. Signing out. Peace out.